Happy International Women's Day. 2023. We have actually a fun announcement. We just recently made our 300th investment, who also happened to be our 100th woman CEO, a woman from INSEAD, who's not here on the call. You have some of the people who are there, but we've been pretty happy with what we do. We are a global fund. You'll hear from the entrepreneurs that they are people from around the world. We've made over 300 investments now in over 55 countries around the world, and we are cross-sector. Again, you will hear from the entrepreneurs that they are each doing really interesting, amazing things in whichever industry and country they are in. It is fairly unusual for a venture fund to have a third of all the people they fund being women. And we think it's because of our gate stage process, which we really set this process up to try to reduce decision bias and to be able to invest in the best possible companies, no matter who was running them, and to give people a chance to prove themselves through what they did, not how well they pitched. So we really believe that pitches lead to biased results, and that you really want to get to know people in detail through working with them. So this is the approach we use. We do 6 investments every month with a $10,000 initial pilot to get to know people. We've made over 300 of those investments to date. Every month, we then take the top 2% of those companies, which means over a year, a company's got like a 24% chance of moving on. It's 2% a month. But we take the top 2% of those companies and we do a follow-on investment in them of $200,000. All of the companies who are presenting here today have at one point in time been in the top 2% of our portfolio, have received that follow-on funding of at least $200,000, if not more. But this is the process we use, and we think we're doing a pretty good job with it, because you can see if you are reducing the bias in your decisions, and if you're funding the best possible entrepreneurs out there, then you should expect diversity in who you fund. And we've got a fairly diverse portfolio. And I think that's a good challenge for our industry, is a lot of people in our industry use the excuse, oh, I can't possibly fund women entrepreneurs because I have to fund the best entrepreneurs, and the women who are presenting to me don't seem to be the best. Well, we would flip that around and say, well, guess what? If you think you're always picking the best entrepreneurs and all you end up funding are white men, well, then very clearly, by definition, you haven't funded the best entrepreneurs. You funded only the best white men. So there's a problem in your process. There's a problem in how you're making decisions. And you should really, if you don't have a diverse pool of founders, then you're doing something wrong, and fix your processes to invest in the best companies to make the most possible money. And we think there's a lot of money to be made in investing and being open-minded and being able to see companies that others overlook. We don't officially advertise ourselves as an impact fund, and we are intrinsically an impact fund. I don't know if there's any gender element to this or not, but you will hear from a lot of the entrepreneurs who speak that the entrepreneurs, while they are doing their businesses to make money, are often motivated by more than money. And look, 92% of our portfolio address one or more of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. We have at least 7 companies addressing every one of those goals, whether it's clean water, whether it's reduced hunger, whether it's poverty, whether it's education, oceans, fisheries, you name it. We have portfolio companies. And we think this is partly a result of our partnerships with INSEAD Business School and the Founder Institute Accelerator, which are the 2 places we source from. And if you're an entrepreneur listening to this and saying, oh, wow, I love Loyal VC, how can I get funded by them? Then our advice is go check out Founder Institute, fi.co. Anyone can do that program anywhere around the world. I think that's enough from us. You're not here to hear Michael and myself. You are here to hear our speakers. So we've got 8 wonderful women entrepreneurs on the call today. And let's turn things over so each of them can tell you a little bit about what they're doing and how they're doing it. Michael, do we have an order for how the presentation goes?
I believe we're going clockwise, starting off with Ellie from Umni. Ellie, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Happy International Women's Day to everyone. Let me share my screen. Good time of the day again. My name is Elica and I'm co-founder of Umni, a no-code platform that helps businesses sell more, save time, care better, and grow faster by using AI chatbot. Businesses pay $1.3 trillion a year for calls and chats with customers. Clients expect them to be available 24/7, but companies cannot do that due to lack of budget and employees. Yet up to 80% of customers' questions and requests are routine. This is the fate of 23 million small and mid-sized businesses in Europe and 30 million in US, and even more globally. Omni helps such businesses stay competitive by employing AI chatbot on their website as easily as playing with Lego. On our platform, any business can create a digital version of their best employee for sales, for marketing, collecting data, answering questions, automating routine tasks without any technical knowledge and skills. Omni helps businesses also avoid the risk from generative AI by using smaller AI models specialized to their company and customers' needs, carefully selecting the training data and being able to control it, and approving the AI chatbot content before going public. Sure, everyone thinks now in the room, what Omni gonna be doing with ChatGPT on the market? See, ChatGPT is a technology, not an end business solution. We have found a way to implement GPT to enhance business and user experience without the risk it has. The conversational and generative AI is just a very small part of the functionalities in business AI chatbot for it to be a successful, and Omni platform have the rest of it to become really a perfect business solution. While other platforms focus on the needs of corporations, developers, or on chatbot in messengers, our company helps businesses turn their website into a smart 24/7 communication hub that serves the business needs and help them make intelligent decisions. Only 2022, Omni customers saved over 15,000 working hours by using chatbots, and half of these hours were at night. We are delighted to have such enterprise customers as Timber Bulgaria or Testur or even Rotary Bulgaria, but we are proud to help the small and mid-sized guys, such like Varna Regional Library, 4- and 5-star hotels to guest houses, beauty salons, stores, and even a funeral agency and art gallery. We are part of the AI-enabled chatbot market that was rapidly growing even before ChatGPT, and it is set to triple increase by 2026 to $8 billion. We are just about to launch a new and much improved version of our platform that will remove the bottleneck for our growth. It will upgrade the AI chatbot on the Omni platform to a super app for the business. Now we are raising 500,000 euro for marketing and to speed up the further development of our technology. The investment will also help us win the local market and take Omni to international markets. Thank you. Be smart and grow with Omni.
Wonderful. Thank you, Litsa. Kamal, can we?
Yeah, Daphne is next.
Daphne is next. Daphne.
Hi, everyone. I'm Daphne. I'm going to share my screen. Hi, so I'm Daphne. I'm the co-founder of Makeler, and Makeler means angel in Thai. At Makeler, we want to make healthier Asian cooking more accessible with our organic Asian cooking paste. So all our pastes are certified organic. They're also vegan, gluten-free, made in our nut-free facility with free of refined sugar and refined salt. And all our products are easy to use with authentic, delicious, and natural flavors. So we are founded and run by a female team. We have a couple of men in our team now. We are very diverse. Makeler is an equal opportunity company. We're committed to empower women and the youths in our local community. Our facility is located in northern Thailand. So we have an internship program for Burmese Shan youth there, and then we hire them and we get them work permits, and we also provide a safe working environment for all our staff. We have a sustainability mindset, so we avoid animal ingredients. Obviously, we're a vegan company. We minimize waste and we use sustainable packaging as much as possible. So what's in the jar of paste? Certified organic ingredients sourced from local farms, all natural. So for example, to preserve our products, instead of citric acid or artificial preservatives, we use natural alternatives like tamarind, rice vinegar, and lime juice that we squeeze freshly on site. It's a concentrated paste, so a little goes a long way, 8 to 10 cells per jar. And for authenticity, we have our pastes are stone ground. So it's used a stone grinder that closely replicates the texture from a pestle and mortar. So instead of merely cutting, the grinding action releases more flavor. We have an effective supply management system. Because we produce it ourselves, we have direct supply relationships. Our own manufacturing facility allows us to manage our inventory and ensure that we're always on shelf, which was critical during COVID. And our facility is organic and food safety certified, which is a big thing for us, having not come from a food production background. So in caring for our environment, we purchase raw materials from suppliers who employ regenerative farming practices like crop rotation, crop cover, and mixed crop. Packaging, we use glass jars for our paste cardboard separators instead of bubble wrap, self-sealing inner cartons, and we use these anti-tamper stickers instead of shrink wrap. And obviously our farmers practice waste reduction. So they use the fertilizer cut-offs as fertilizers that we produce in small batches. And we also put extra effort to dispose of short-dated stocks by sending it to like wholesalers who will sell them at a reduced price in order to reduce waste. So we've had our best performance in the last quarter. Oh, since I was supposed to share that information, but we've been profitable for 3 consecutive years. And yeah, our sales are up 35% in the US, which is our main market. And some of the milestones, so we were awarded Best Green Curry Paste by Epicurious magazine. We're consistently the #1 or top 10 best-selling curries and the top-selling red curry on Amazon. We're distributed in 5 countries with 250,000 units sold. Oh, actually, it's 750,000 units sold in 2022. That's the typo. We were on FT Asia's High Growth Company list for 2023 and number 21 in fastest growing companies in Singapore Straits Times report. Recently, we did a digital demo with about 5,000 users around the US. We got a 4.5-star positive review, which is above the average. 90% of them would recommend a product, and 75% preferred Makeler, which was a real stamp of approval for us. And yes, and so I'm at a trade show in Anaheim, and we are launching our new Indian range this year. Hopefully you'll find them in stores very soon. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks, Daphne. I think that we're going to have breakout rooms at the end, so some of the CEOs will be able to stay for a little bit of Q&A at the end. If you can stay, great. Let's move on to next, where it's Marcia from Circular Rubber. Marcia, the stage is yours.
Just need to find my unmute button. Earlier this year, during the World Economic Forum in Davos, the Circularity Gap report was published for the 5th time. Now, this report highlighted that only 7.2% of the global economy is circular, and this percentage is actually going down instead of up. This is mainly driven by the global increase in material extraction and use, which is no different and very valid for tires as well. Circular Rubber Technologies focuses on changing this narrative, and we're actually turning waste to value. So we strive for the infinite reuse of the world's rubber. And my name is Maartje van der Zande. I'm co-founder and CEO of Circular Rubber Technologies. Globally, more than 1 million tons of mining tires reach their end every year. And typically, these end-of-life tires are buried on the mine sites. They're not only causing operational challenges, they're also causing environmental concerns and safety hazards. They form breeding grounds for pests, cause heavy metals and carcinogenic chemical leaching. And once caught fire, they will cause uncontrollable fires. Now, the very few mining tires that actually end up being recycled at the end of their life, they're converted in low-grade applications like rubber products, playground mats, rubberized asphalt, or even garden mulch. Now, each approach has detrimental environmental effects, but also low profitability, and it does not enable a circular use, so a true tire-to-tire solution. So Circular Rubber Technologies, instead of downgrading the rubber in these end-of-life tires, we offer a true tire-to-tire solution. So we provide mining companies with a full-service solution to one of their largest waste streams. Now, this solves a huge liability for the mining companies, and it alleviates also operational challenges caused by keeping these tires on site. So how does that work? Well, we pick up the tires at the mine site, take care of logistics and the shredding. And then through our proprietary process, we convert these end-of-life mining tires into a natural rubber reclaim product. Now that product we then sell to tire manufacturers to make new tires again. So CRT's reclaim product provides the customers, the tire manufacturers, a high quality alternative to virgin natural rubber. And this means that the users can meet their sustainability goals, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and increase their percentage of circular material use. So a true tire-to-tire solution. Now, founded in late 2019, CRT has developed and de-risked the technology to enable this infinite reuse of the world's rubber. We have de-risked the process through successful customer-backed pilots. And now this year in 2023, we are building the world's first rubber devulcanization facility for end-of-life mining tires in Alberta, Canada. As CRT is all about making an impact and changing the narrative that only 7.2% of this global economy is circular, we are proud to have a pending B Corp status. And we're very excited to start operations later this year. As with every tire that we put through our process, we roughly reduce 9 tons of CO2 emissions. We're always looking for partners and investors that want to join our circular mission and change the narrative. So I'd love to speak to you. Please reach out, come talk to us, and let's change this narrative together.
Thank you, Marcia. Believe Jennifer is next. Jennifer, stage is yours. There we go.
There we go. Okay. So hi, really great to be here. I'm Jen Schell, CEO and founder of Finlity. And what we built is a technology. It's a SaaS-based system that fits on top of investment brokerages to bring down that investor experience down to 5 minutes. We can get you up and running. So how do we do it? Well, there's a big problem with investment brokerages, and they're risking their bottom line with disengaged retail investors. To acquire them, it's about $175. But if you're actually retaining dormant accounts on your books, then it's a huge expense, about $1,500 per year minimum. And if you have these clients on the book and you don't actually service them, then you can get stuck with a $15 million fine, like that happened to Raymond James. So it's actually a really big problem, and it's a global problem. And we're working on starting with the North American market. So 66% of customers are actually disengaged. There's regulatory costs going up. There's increases of dormant accounts year after year that get shut down after about 2 years of no trades or any transactions. And the cost of customer acquisition are higher. These firms have these legacy systems, and they're also having a hard time reaching that younger audience. So this is what Finlity does. We're there to help. We help investment brokerages increase their revenues, so their assets under management, by retaining and engaging retail investors. And how do we do that? Well, we have a 3-step process. We have a compliance tool that we've created. It's proprietary, it's scientifically validated, it works. We have fulfillment algorithms, which are really new, and I can't wait to show you a little glimpse of that. Then we have engagement with our education that's tailored and that helps customize that investment experience for the retail investor. Now, the impact is really, really big. So if you take, let's say, a $5 billion revenue stream on the wealth management side, and you increase customer retention by 5%, that's an additional 25 to 95% increase to your bottom line in year 1. So that's 1.25 billion. That's a lot. It's not insignificant. So this has been a major problem that's been really hard for the institutions to tackle, because they can't give advice to retail investors unless they have a certain amount of assets under their books, and you need a registered representative to do all of the vetting. So we have a proprietary product here. You can take it at finlity.com and you can see who you are as an investor. Now, this is the newest newest feature that we have, and I'll just show you a really quick demo. So we have you can choose your currency here. Let's assume we're choosing Canadian dollars, and then you can put your money to work. All of this is done automatically through our algorithms. You just pick the amount that you want to invest and we take it from there. I have predetermined structures. So all of this is to keep you out of trouble and to keep you properly diversified. So let's say you're a Canadian consumer. We have all that ready for you. And then you can take out the investments you don't want. So you can invest for impact. You don't want guns, that's fine. We can take them out. You don't want tobacco, cool. You don't want predatory lending, we can screen them out for you in your investments. And what we have here is you can select your different investments. So we have a drop-down menu of 10 exchange traded funds in this case, and you can pick any ones that you like. There's going to be fun facts where you can learn about them in a non-jargony way. But for the sake of this demonstration, we're just showing you the flow here, and you can confirm your strategy and do a back test, and you can see how it performed. Now, we are outperforming the market in a lot of different ways. So here we have a strategy that we have, and it's outperformed the S&P 500. We have one return metric and two risk metrics to show the performance, where we break down with individual messaging to show you how these things impact your portfolio. So we do this better return with less risk. And so if you like this strategy, you can go ahead with it. If you don't, you can go back and choose new exchange traded funds in your portfolio. We can do this with stocks and mutual funds as well. And then we have a dashboard that shows all of your accounts in one place. And you can see how your strategy's been performing. So you can have different strategies and different accounts and open as many as you'd like according to your goals. So what we're doing now is we are raising up to 250,000 to get us through, because we're doing demos right now. We've already done 10. I'm actually in Montreal right now. We've been accepted into the Next AI Artificial Intelligence program. And so we are rocking and rolling. So contact me at jennifer.shell@finlity.com, and I'd love to show you the full experience. Thank you.
Thanks, Jennifer. They don't do VC yet, but when they do, I'm sure that Loyal will show up on one of those drop downs, right? Next is Sheila. Sheila, the stage is yours.
Great, thank you. Good morning, Sheila Jordan with Knowledge Architects. I'd like to introduce you to my product today called AR for Transit. So the skills gap for undertrained transportation workers in North America is fast approaching a crisis level, and it's costing about $60 billion in the US alone. And now the influx of about $1 trillion of infrastructure funds, this problem is literally out of control. So we've developed an intuitive solution that we did with side by side with our clients that mirror the way transit workers work and learn, which is also performed with fewer errors. It keeps our transit systems safe and it saves lives. So our app seamlessly integrates a learning management system with a work instruction platform for remote assistance support on technical and service issues in real time. It keeps our transit system safe and it saves lives. But this is really where the rubber hits the road for us. So New York City Transit is the largest transit agency in North America, and they were having extreme problems really managing training and the mechanical deficiencies in 7,000 technicians that manage over 10,000 miles of track in the city of New York. And so with our technology, we were able to help them increase their efficiency and downtime tremendously. So we initially started out as a consulting firm. We've been in practice for about 7 years, but we are moving from consulting to a CAS platform. And so we have an incredible book of business and clients who have helped us develop this solution side by side. And we started in this industry as a consulting, but in terms of moving to our CAS platform, We plan to do this by building out what we call a digital work instruction library. And that library will include complex and routine tasks and regulatory and safety compliance requirements. So right now we're raising 2 million, and that is to complete our content development. We have several pilots in flight, but content is king for us. And so not only do we need money for content, but we're looking to upgrade some of the customizations in the platform. So we're really the only minority women-owned business in this space, in this sector. We know that industrial automation technology is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it is only growing, especially with the money that has now been given to transit agencies and infrastructure systems around the bill. So we plan to apply the same technology that we're using today in other industries. And we feel that we're in a perfect position to do that. We're in the right place at the right time to make a significant impact in this sector. And we're the only woman-owned business doing it. So we're happy to be here, and thank you so much for your time. Sheila Jordan with Knowledge Architects.
Thank you so much, Sheila. Next, we have Mariana. Mariana, the stage is yours.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mariana, CEO of Brandu. And first, I want to tell you why did I created Brandu. I used to work in big multinationals as Kimberly-Clark, Johnson & Johnson, Bayer Healthcare, and I always had the pain to buy merchandising, promotional gifts. It was so difficult, and let me tell you why. Buying swag in Latin America is really difficult. It takes more than 2 weeks of inefficient processes in order to buy a hoodie like this one. It's really expensive. There is no technology implemented on this process. So clients have to ask exactly for what they need. They need to send an email to their suppliers asking for, I need 100 hoodies with this printed on it, and then wait till the suppliers send the quoting. It's so difficult to integrate the whole process. So companies take almost 1 month in order to buy their merchandising products, the whole process. And what did we create? We created a one-stop shop B2B where companies can buy everything online within minutes. So they can do their quotings, knowing exactly the price of their products with the printing on it. If they want 1 ink, 2 inks in their printings, they can choose from a huge catalog where they can get inspired by the different products that are available. They can see the producing times of the items, everything in one place. And for example, we also offer our clients, and we have a really interesting client that it's Netflix, for example, that it's using this product with us, that we also offer our clients warehousing and all the deliveries of their products so they can focus on their business, and we take care of all the fulfillment for them. So our business model is that we integrate suppliers to our platform through APIs, and we become the one and only supplier for the client, so they can have one supplier that it's the one that has all the different products for them. And the size of this business is really interesting. It's about $85 billion if we add the promo gifts and gifting industry with it only in Latin America. And we are targeting for 5 years, $2 billion. We are doing great in terms of traction. We have invoiced at least $900,000 since we launched in 2020. We are growing 6x this year. We have really interesting clients as Netflix, Rappi, Kavak, Colgate, among others. And the most interesting thing about our business is that even though we know we have competition, as for example, in the US or Canada, companies as Foreign Print or Custom Ink or Swag.com, we become the one solution that it's the most complete with a really diverse catalog of different products where clients can do everything online. And we have at least a little competition in Latin America, because all the local suppliers become our partners and our suppliers that we add to our platform. We have an outstanding team of co-founders. We're 4 people in the C level that add more than 60 years of experience, but we also have incredible advisors, as for example, Fabio Bertola, that was country manager of Amazon in Mexico, or Enrique and Nicolas Villegas, that are both CEO and CTO of Tool, one of the next unicorns in Latin America. And we're about to launch our seed round of 1.5 million in a few months. So if you can help us adding value, becoming a supplier, a client, or participating in our seed round, please join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariana. Anita, you're up next. The stage is yours.
Okay, great. Can everyone see my screen?
We can, thank you.
Okay, so hi, I'm Anita, and I'm the founder and CEO of Shuffle Space. Shuffle Space is a virtual warehouse for unique assets. So we store and manage creative assets for some of the world's largest brands. Creating exceptional experiences from interior design to trade shows are time-sensitive and operationally intensive endeavors. But unfortunately, this is the way that it starts off. These are actual photos from client site visits. So there's billions of dollars worth of corporate assets that are lost or damaged in warehouses today. With our virtual warehouse, we're bringing order to this chaos and helping to save our clients millions. So, but why is it that Coca-Cola would store their assets with Shuffle Space when they have their own large warehouses and top logistics people? So just imagine that an agency is doing a sampling event for Coca-Cola and they need some of their product. They can easily look through a list of SKUs and say, okay, they need Coke Zero, not regular Coke or Diet Coke. They need the mini cans and the 6-pack cases. And they can say, okay, that's SKU 5025. I need 50,000 units sent to this location. And Coke's warehouse can manage that really well. But imagine they also need the promotional items for that event, where they say, oh, it's actually a holiday event, and we need the banner that's about 60 inches and it's got the snow falling over the logo, and it's got the polar bear that's drinking the Coke, not the one holding the Coke. There's no way for Coke's warehouse to identify the right material when they have so many branded assets. So what they do is they leave all those creative assets with the agencies that they work with. And unfortunately, the agencies, their core competency is not operations or logistics. So what ends up happening is they try to manage the assets using storage lockers, or even worse, their own warehouse, and they end up having no visibility on quantity, location, and more importantly, status of the items. So when they go to use the items, they're either completely missing or damaged. So what we do is we actually take all those assets in, we photograph and barcode them, populate them to an online account that is organized, categorized in a way that the agencies identify the items. And then they never have to enter a warehouse again. They're able to go online, locate their assets, select and manage them, schedule pickups and deliveries to have their assets wherever they need them to be. We've had significant traction since we launched our platform in May 2018, with over 2.5 million run rate and earning on average $3,700 per client per month. We've really focused on finding the top beachhead markets, and based on our analysis, these top markets create an $8 billion market for us. We've been able to attract large consumer brands with over 50 active clients and over 5 million in our pipeline currently. We're also demonstrating strong client metrics with low churn and an over 10 times LTV to CAC ratio. Our projections have us earning approximately 30 million by April 2026. We have a very strong and experienced team, which I won't go through today. And in the past, we've raised 1.4 million, and we're currently looking to raise 4 million to help us expand to other cities. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Anita. And last but not least, we have Charlotte.
Thank you, Michael. It's great to be here. I'll start sharing my screen and we'll get started. So you all see the screen?
We do. Thank you.
Perfect. So as mentioned, my name is Charlotte. I'm the CEO and founder of Total Control, which is a leading food waste prevention and food traceability company. So just to set the stage, 1/3 of all the food that we produce every single year is wasted. 1/3. That means we waste roughly around 1.2 billion or trillion euros each and every year. And the reason we waste so much food is because of inefficient routines, lack of control over food inventory, and expiration dates. So if you have any expertise within the food industry, working in a grocery store, restaurant, or hotel, you may feel the pain that I've gone through and that our company is building technology to help solve. So we're making sure that the food industry becomes more efficient and just better in general. And we're starting with the hospitality sector. Our amazing inventory management system helps our customers save time, money, and prevent food waste from happening. So just to give you an example, our customers and our biggest competition to date is pen and paper. When our customers buy food, then receive food in their inventories, in their restaurants and hotels, they currently use pen and paper to manage their inventory. So they lack control and they have no digital transparency. We provide them with a tool which helps them ensure that they can control the food that comes in, do delivery control, do stock count, and register food waste. We make it easy for them to have information and the data needed in order to operate more profitably and more sustainably. We help them save time and increase their profitability. And not only that, we're focused on the food waste impact space, and we help them prevent food waste by notifying them prior to food expiry and giving them the reports they need to comply to regulations within food. So now they get a notification every week telling them that their food is about to expire and helping them use their food for full value instead of it ending up in the trash. Within only 1 month of use, our customers have seen a 35% reduction in food waste. Now, if you multiply that by the number of restaurants and hotels around the world, we can save a whole lot of food, make a huge impact. Our company has been running now for 5 years. The first 4 years was primarily focused on building the technology, and we got COVID on top of it. Now, this year, we've been out commercializing our company and selling to customers. We work with big partners like SAP, Avery Dennison, and so on to scale our technology and help our customers streamline their digital data. We've received 44 awards. We're EU funded. Last year, we were able to get an investment of 1.5 million euros, and we are a certified B Corp, meaning we hold the highest standards for social and environmental impact. We want to make sure that our technology, which is tested a lot within hotels and restaurants and chefs and managers, we want to make sure that technology scales globally. So if you know anybody that wants to save time, money, and prevent food waste within the hospitality sector, please reach out to me so that we can help them become more profitable and sustainable. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Charlotte. And let me just, okay, great. What we're going to do is we're going to launch breakout rooms now and have the founders go to those rooms if any of the participants can join it. I'll stop the recording, but I do want to really thank everyone, each of you, for letting us join you on your journey as Loyal. It's amazing diversity within the team today, of the sectors, of the geographies, the businesses. I'm really impressed and proud. So thank you on behalf of Loyal.